Hello, I'm Arman Khodaei, a 25-year-old with high functioning autism. Before I get into the video response, just want to remind you that starting tomorrow, online voice conference group for people of autism, well, actually no, the people for autism is Wednesday, but the one autism empowerment group, parents, teachers, people of autism, whoever wants to participate, 6:30 to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you need any help finding out time differentials, message me. I would love to have you a part of the online group tomorrow. Details can be found at my website, www.armankhodaei.com. With that said, there's a video response to this. A teen with autism tells what it's really like. First of all, the video is top notch. It's like 2 minutes 30 seconds, and a crap load of information is covered in that 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And she really says a lot in that very short period of time. I think it's because it was edited very well to just get the key points. So it's definitely worth watching because you're going to get a lot of information in just 2 minutes and 30 seconds. With that said, the beginning kind of comes off as a little bit awkward with the video. I feel like, well, I believe it's her mother and father right next to her, and I think they might be like, you know, the presence of them might be hindering her a little bit, because I know if my mom or dad were there, it kind of hindered me. Having both of them there would really hinder me in terms of what I would talk about. You know, I'm more open when my parents are not around. Because, well, the 2 points that I found awkward was at the very beginning of the videos when she says she's trying to figure out what was going on with herself. Because, you know, that wasn't really something that I try to do anyway. And a lot of people with autism have told me that they weren't aware, at least not until they got to like middle school or high school. And, you know, I wasn't really aware until my mom told me about it. And she recalls, you know, being solitary, and I never really recalled being solitary. I was solitary, but that was normal to me. Until, you know, like middle school, I became more aware of being solitary in that regard, but maybe she was just more self-aware at an earlier age. Key points in the video that relate to me: the playground. She recalls being always on the outside, and she just pretty much learned to play herself. And, you know, pretty much was the same with me. I would usually be on the outside, with the exception of the bully who bothered me often. But, you know, I wasn't really one to play with the other kids. I would just do things by myself, whatever that was, and I was very entertained. You know, I enjoyed it. She also says that there's a lot going on in her head, or, you know, actually says there's a lot going on in the heads of people with autism, and it's way beyond what we talk about. This is very true for me. And like in middle school, like around 7th and 8th grade, around the time I decided to become a writer, I started to open up a little bit more, and people are like, holy crap, you have a lot to talk about, Arman, you know, like all these thoughts and ideas. And I had so much to talk about, big, it would be super fast talking, and people would get lost, and I have all these like complex thoughts, and I'd be talking them really fast, and I would think that they could keep up with me. And of course, I realize now that they were lost, but I didn't realize then that they were lost. And so that was like when I decided to become a writer, which was a big turning point in my life. I actually could not read until the 3rd grade, and in like 7th grade, I said, you know, I'm just going to become a writer. I decided to become a writer, and when that happened, my math abilities went down. I still enjoy numbers, but my ability in math kind of went down. My language arts abilities went way up, like skyrocketed. Like you know, I knew all these words and all that type of stuff. Just was like above average for people in my grade level. She talks about like she's writing numbers on sticky notes and equations, and I do the same thing sometimes. Like I will write down like box office numbers, and I will theorize about that, and I'll theorize. I do a lot of like number theorizing, like I just play around with numbers, and I assign numbers to things and stuff of that nature. It's just fun to do. With that said, when she was younger, she didn't sleep much, and I guess she said she was thinking about things like questions about life and herself, really deep questions. And she felt like that her thinking was deeper than most people. And I'll say this, you know, like I definitely do think very deep in people. Like even like just hearing other people talk, like I can now realize that most people's thinking does not go as deep, because, you know, it's like deep thinking on a constant basis. Most people might occasionally think about something deep, like when I see the movie Inception, like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I'm like, what's so amazing about Inception? The movie, like, wow, these concepts are amazing. I'm like, dude, I thought about that like that a million years ago. That's nothing, And it's like, um, you know, and people have said, they can sense that these deep thoughts. People tell me that, without me even saying much. Like they'll say, like, just like a couple of words that I say, like, well, because you said this word, it's not very typical to hear people talking in that particular manner. She says that her life changed because of autism, but never in a negative manner. I don't feel like my life changed because of autism. I think my life is the way it is because of autism. And no, it's not negative. It is just what it is. But she says, I find it kind of funny that she doesn't wish autism upon someone else, in the sense that it might make you a better person. I don't necessarily think, having autism makes you a better person either, and I don't wish it upon anyone else. It's just a different way of experiencing reality. And she talks about how, it teaches you how life is supposed to be, stuff like that. It's rather interesting. So I recommend the video because she talks about a lot in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So go watch it. Remember, tomorrow, online voice conference group. I want a decent sized group, because that would be awesome. So I look forward to that. And I wish all of you an awesome day of awesomeness. Thank you.